Welcome. I'm Bo Coleman. I'm from Canada, from Edmonton.
I'm Dimple. I'm from India, Bangalore.
I am Martine Vial, and I am originally from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and now living in Perpignan, in the south of France.
And I am Corinne Little, and I'm currently living in Chicago, USA, and of Scottish heritage.
I hope that this year it can really create an opportunity for people to reflect deeply, more deeply on action art practices in the public space and in relation to what we've been passing through, the recent events in the world. My question is, how can we create more connection between us and find different ways to heal the collective body, both from short and longer trauma? And I think that the opportunity to have a symposium is, yes, to present different practices, but also to exchange and talk together about how can we really create a community that will make a difference. That's what I wish.
Last year it was quite beautiful, the community that was built, and so this year we'll have some new people, not only presenting but also joining us, and I think that will be really wonderful to be able to have those kinds of exchanges. I'm really hoping that the community will be built also through the workshops, the 4 workshops that we're having. And sometimes there's overlap with people that are in one workshop and also in another, and that's quite lovely when that happens.
Yeah, and I feel out of sight flow symposium and the presentations and the workshops are going to bring versatile artists together as one community, and it will create a dialogue between the artists, because this is going to be live, and then there is a conversation which is going on below, and there is a lot of exchange which happens. That is most important.
To go back to this idea of the irony that that Martine was talking about, where we're hosting a public performance symposium that is online. And, this is really about creating public performances in outdoor contexts, but using technology to communicate, to share, in the real time of the workshop spaces. So we really hope that this is a time for community building, for building future cross-cultural collaborations, and really furthering each individual's practice. And actually, I want to start with you, Bo, because Bo, you jumped on board as a participant last year. And so I think you bring a very special, in terms of your reflection of what, of how we might build on what occurred last year's program. What do you think? What do you hope for this year?
I hope a lot of people will return that were part of it last year, and I think they will, because it really was extraordinary. The 3 weeks that we spent together, if you count the performances, and how I hope we'll build is having new people join that and also experience that. Now that we know how the symposium can work to create those kinds of conversations and exchanges that I think we've programmed the flow this year with that in mind, is to be able to have people from all over that are involved in it, but also touching on conflicts that are happening in the world, and having that be part of the program. One of the performers in the curated series that I'm doing is from the Ukraine and will be performing from the Ukraine. So I'm hoping that the community will grow larger through this, and that other people who are participating that didn't last year they will certainly be welcomed to come and be part of this, and I hope that they will feel the warmth that we all did, certainly during last year's flow, and maybe the fire is even more warm this year.
I feel there's more diversity in terms of the practices and the approach, the different approach regarding public space this year. To me, it's very important to give a voice to some practices who deal with public space and are invisible, like, for example, in a structure of a festival or a more established event. There's a lot of people who works differently in the public space and are very poorly represented. I was reading about, just to give an example, Franz Van Lant's workshop about the unnoticed action in the public space. And this is a big part of it's a strategy of working in a public space, and it's really rarely discussed. And I'm very excited that he can be part of this and give a workshop and discuss with participants about this kind of approach, because it is necessary that we move on beyond what we know, what should be performance art or not performance art, and just be more experimental, use this opportunity of the symposium to be more diverse. And I think I'm quite pleased with this programming. I think that it's deeper for me. Not deeper, more diverse. That's the word. Yeah.
Obviously our community will grow much larger, and I hope the last year's artists who are following us will also spread the words, and we want to become a very big family, and I feel performance artists, art something is something, what to say, it's a space where we have where we can accommodate many diverse views. It's not about one point of view, because we are accommodating artists from different culture. That is very important to understand different perspectives from different zones. I cannot, maybe I can get an overall view of Ukraine situation, but unless and until I hear from people from that space, from that country, the situation, actual situation on ground, we won't understand what's going on. We are seeing in a different point of views, but then what is actual and how to understand those things in sitting from our own space, we need this kind of platform where it can bring varied artists from people from a very crisis zones. So I feel this platform is a really good one, and we'll grow as a family, art family, and yeah, that's what I have to say.
It's really important that people come to this with an openness to learn about different people's local situations, and are open to giving space to the diversity of voices that are present. And there's also a great diversity, reiterate what Dimple and Martine was saying, there's a diversity of practice. That was one of the key things that we considered as a jury panel when we were selecting the works. So there's artists who work in Butoh, there's artists who create invisible performances like Frans van Lent. There's performance artists who really work with the history in sites like Nieves Coria, and thinking about memory and how that travels throughout time. And so, this really is an opportunity to expand your own practice as a public performance practitioner, but also, as a thinker, to engage in the diversity of practices that can facilitate a transformation in our public spaces.
Also, regarding the global warming, I feel that it's completely linked with creating a community, and within this aspect of developing the community, which we did last time and it's still happening this time, is to an homage to an artist who's been working for so many years and has an impact on all of us. Last year was Marilyn Arsam with this publication. This year is Alastair McLennan, which I really look forward to hear. These people are, they are their practices, and it's very humbling, and it's an honor to host them and hear what they have to say. And I think that this is a strong point, to celebrate the life, the power of that the life of an artist can bring, whether they are known or unknown. It's at the end of the day, it's the work, that the trace of their work, that it's an imprint within us, and I feel it's complete to give that place for that.
Yeah, so last year was so special to really kind of contemplate Marilyn Arsam's responding to site text in relation to as a kind of running as a golden thread that was running through, all the various workshops and into the finale weekend of performances, which will be June 17th, 18th, and 19th this year in partnership with Experimental Sound Studio. And so, for a second year running, we are thrilled to be partnering with Intellect Books, who are offering 30% discount on Alastair McClelland's Actional Poetics, Ashihi. And this is a seminal text, really, as Martine was saying, celebrating a lifelong practice working in Northern Ireland in Belfast. So, yes, we welcome you into this family gathering of public performance practitioners, and registration is now open. You can sign up for a full flow, which gives you access to 2 workshops and all the presentations. Or if you only want to attend the presentations, then please register for a steady stream. And we look forward to meeting you all and being with you all again on June 2nd. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.